Welcome everyone to J-Wolf Tech Broadcast. What I actually have here is something I wasn't actually planning on doing. I wasn't planning on doing a build this early, but people have been asking for something a little cheaper, and I actually found a lot of good deals on a majority of products where I honestly think this is the best $850 system out there right now. There's many other ways you could go about it, but if it was in my opinion, this is what I would actually buy if I had $850. The case is going to be objective like always, but like I said, I have an $850 build here. This does have the 8 core, does have the 8320 processor. We're focused on the AMD side of things still, mainly because for the price point, it was so hard to pass up. And the new i5 that's out, the 4670K, it's still a decent amount price wise. So for this $850, you're going to be able to do just about anything with this system. That being said, let's jump in and see what we got. Again, sorry that this is kind of last minute. I wasn't planning on doing any videos today. Actually, I actually have all my videos done for the rest of the time. But what we actually have here is the Cooler Master Storm Scout 2. This is the advanced version, and it's a miles above what the regular Storm Scout was, and it is running us at $70, $69.99. Hands down, we're kind of going with the red theme here. You'll see that as the video progresses. I mean, it's a great case for that $70 price point. If you don't really care about the case, you can get a Cooler Master Half Series. I believe there's some 912s that are a little bit cheaper, but this has great option for cable management, cooling. We can mount 240 millimeter radiator in the top if we want, which we're actually going to be doing that, which is pretty cool. So we do have that for the motherboard with the MSI 970A-G46. And it's running us about $80, $79 actually, and this is going to be all we need for this processor. We're going to be able to do some overclocking on this board. For the price point, that's where AMD, the AM3 Plus boards really come in handy, is that you can get them much cheaper than you can on the Intel side of things, and you're getting the same performance out of the chipset. Love this motherboard. I love MSI's overall design. You do got OC Genie on there, so it's already... Basically, you just press a button and you're already set to overclock. So for that, we went with the processor AMD 8320, and this is $144.99, about $145. You can overclock this to the 8350 range, but it's not going to be quite as good. But it's, I mean, $35-40 cheaper for the AMD 8320. I think this is an 8-core processor. It is the black edition. We are going to be able to do some video editing on this because, again, it does have 8 cores. Again, AMD's cores are different than Intel's. Compared to Intel's cores, it's more like a 6-core processor, but still, for video editing and games, this is going to be where we need to go for the price point, especially for that price point. For the power supply with the OCZ 750-watt, 80-plus bronze, fully modular power supply, and it is $63.99. For that type of wattage, got good reviews. It is 80-plus and modular. It's really hard to go wrong there. I mean, I've had a few OCZ power supplies, and they're great power supplies. They're not, the top of the line when it comes to, if you're looking at the, the Seasonic, $200 power supplies. But again, it is $63, so that's where you're going to kind of get into things. But again, it is 80 plus. It is going to be efficient, and it is fully modular, which is something that I really look forward to. When I come to actually building a system. For the graphics card, I went with the XFX 7870 gigahertz edition. It's kind of a red gray design. It's great build quality. I've personally owned this card before. Many people say that theirs haven't been running very cool, but mine ran extremely cool in the case I was running it. I mean, it was idling at 32 degrees. I didn't have any issues when I was playing games on it. And it's going to be able to do whatever we want, especially at 1080p, and even at the 1440p resolution, we're going to be able to do a lot of very good gaming on it and not have any issues. Like I said, it is gigahertz edition. It is 7870, so it's a little bit older than some of the other cards. But for $189, $190, it's hard to beat that, and we're going to get Crysis 3 for free. Even if you don't like Crysis, it's still a game to really get into. I just love Crysis's... just their overall game flow and their visuals. Their visuals are really what you get into, is that they're some of the best visually stunning games out there. So we get that for free, which is really cool. For the memory, I went with 8 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance Pro. This is their new series. Just came out. And we went with 1866 megahertz, so it is overclocked a little bit, which is going to pair really well with this processor. The motherboard does allow this overclocking easily, so there's not going to be any issues there. And it's the red edition, and it's $71.99, $72. I found a few RAM 8 gigabytes sets for about $65, $66, but this is brand new Corsair Vengeance Pro. We know we're getting quality here, and it's a red themed, which is really cool. It's a very sexy looking RAM, which is going to be good because there's actually a side window in this case, so we are going to be able to actually visually see it. And for the I was able to actually fit an SSD in here. We went with the Kingston 120 gigabyte SSD, and it's going to be $79.99, which is very cheap for this type of capacity of SSD. I've been running a Kingston SSD in my old laptop. I just got rid of it, but previously I had it for about a year. I didn't have any issues out of it. It's really fast. It's not Samsung 840 Pro fast, but it also doesn't have that premium price tag. So for 80 bucks, I was able to throw an SSD in here for OS, any type of games you need immediate access to. Maybe you play them all the time. For example, I play Civilization a lot. I jump in and play 20 minutes and then stop. So I have mine on my SSD just for that flexibility. And I was able to still fit a hard drive, Western Digital Blue, 500 gigabyte hard drive for $54.99. Same one I did in my previous build. You can't go wrong with Western Digital Blue drives. That was the cheapest 500 gigabyte drive I could get. If you find a Seasonic for the same price, grab it. They're all about the same. Definitely check out the reviews. Some of the old models on those had some issues from all the manufacturers out there. If you need a higher end Toshiba, seems like their hard drives are really coming down in price, so they're having a lot of deals. So definitely look at that if you're looking for something maybe a 1 or 2 terabyte. And I was actually able to fit a liquid cooling in this. The Cooler Master Seedon 240 millimeter cooler. It's going to fit great in the top. This case does have the ability to put it in the top. We can also put it in the front. From what I saw in the pictures, looks like we'd be able to put it there in the front. I would actually put it in the top as an exhaust. And it comes with 2 fans with it. I don't know the quality of the fans. I've never used them, so I can't really give you any information there. But if you're looking to upgrade a little bit in fans, get some Noctua, their PMW pressure sensitive fans, or pressure optimized fans, you're going to get really good performance. And for $15, found an LG DVD burner, DVD CD. If you need something like that, grab it. If you don't need something like that, you can always grab just an external one and use it on all your systems like I do. I haven't bought a DVD CD thing. Well, actually I did just buy one, but previously I didn't have one for about a year and a half. And you don't need one. Buy a cheap external one that you can use. If you don't need Blu-ray, just grab that. But I did allow $15 for that to be thrown in there. That's it, guys. $850. This is something I just put together. I just randomly found a few things that were on really good deals, and I was like, well, let's throw up a video. This will be my last build of the month. My schedule is going to be a little different coming up, but I will get to that in a different video. Thanks everyone again for watching. Again, this is the AMD 8320 processor. Was focused around there. The AM3 Plus 8320. That's still getting an 8-core processor for $850. I didn't cut any corners. We got an SSD. We got a pre-filled liquid cooler for the CPU, so we're going to be able to get some really good overclocking. I went with the 7870 gigahertz edition, which is still by far one of the best performance for price platform ratio that you can get. We got an SSD, we got a regular hard drive, we got all kinds of stuff crammed into this thing. Really didn't cut any corners. If you don't like the case, get a different one. That's something to recommend there, but everything's red. It's going to be a really cool theme. Motherboard's not completely red, but that's all right. Thanks everyone again for watching J-Wolf Tech Broadcast. Again, this is my $850 June 2013 build. I will see you guys next month with some different rollouts of builds. Thanks again.